What is up, boys? Brady back with another video. I'm bringing you guys something a little bit different today. It's a build I like to call the OLAF build, named after the infamous League of Legends champion, OLAF.
My axe is thirsty.
This video will be structured with the build, gear, and attributes first, and then into some OPR and dueling footage after that. So how this build kind of works is, well, I take Berserk, Rending, Throw, and Fatal Rush as the three abilities I like to run with. And with the Ice Gauntlet paired with the Hatchet, the big combo to do basically your whole rotation and get near one-shotting people, sometimes one-shotting some players, will be Ice Shower into Rending Throw, into Berserk, into Fatal Rush in the back. If you can, to get the root from Fatal Rush. So, and the reason I like to do that is because you get the double rend from Ice Shower, from Frigid Showers, into Rending Throw, rend. So you get double rend in the target, which lets you do a lot of damage. You pop Berserk right before it to do 20% increased damage. So there's just a ton of damage coming out, and they're rooted in the shower. So you can pretty much get close to one-shotting a lot of players if you can catch them in the shower. So there's a few passives here that kind of make the build a lot of fun and really easy to work with. I like to play in light as well, which kind of highlights and reflects with a lot of the passives that I take, especially Boot and Rally. Light attacks and aim throws. You don't aim throw, so it's just light attacks restore 10 stamina when hitting targets with an active debuff. So if you're light attacking a target that you have your Rending Throw on, you're just getting a lot of stamina. Adrenaline Rush, dodging within 2 seconds of triggering an ability, consumes 25 less stamina. So there's just a lot of stamina regen in this build. And with taking 150 dex, dodges cost 10 less stamina. So if I can get a Rending Throw off, you can triple dodge and not be exhausted, which is insane. There's just a lot of stamina regen, and that pairs really nicely with some perks that I have in my gear, which I'll go over after the build. The passives here, you can kind of pick one or the other that you like. I go with the heavy just because it's a little bit better than this one. It is harder to hit a heavy, but it's just more rewarding if you can hit the heavy because it grants 30% damage increase for the next 4 attacks within these 3 seconds, opposed to 3 successful light attacks grant you 30% damage until the next attack. This is obviously much easier to proc just because it's easier to get 3 successful light attacks off than 1 heavy, in my opinion at least. But this pairs nicely with Ice Shower because if you just shower them, it's pretty easy to get a heavy off, right? They're not really able to move much in the shower. So this is just a massive damage increase. The rest of the passives are kind of pretty obvious. This is the biggest one, Exploitation. All attacks deal 50% additional damage to targets with an active debuff. So you get double rend from Shower and Rending Throw, and then you have 50% additional damage. So pretty much when you land the Shower and the Rending Throw, you're just guaranteed to do a lot of damage on that target when all of those abilities hit. There might be a couple other passives. You can take Rejuvenating Crit if you want to. I don't really know where the point would come from though. You could take Boot and Rally out and put it in Rejuvenating Crit if you want, but I feel like this is just easier to get use out of because it's just light attacks restoring crits, where this is critical hits. But somebody could argue that this is good too because if Feral Rush or Rending Throw crits, then you're getting stamina back. This is just light attacks only. You are very hard to kill in this build, by the way, even in light, just because of all the stamina regen. You can just dodge forever, right? Especially with the 150 dex. So staying alive is pretty easy to do in this build, especially with Entomb, Shower, and Storm to kite. It's actually pretty insane. So that is the Hatchet build for you guys. And then with the Ice Gauntlet build, this is just my normal Ice Gauntlet build that I run with Mage or Void Gauntlet, Ice Gauntlet, Fire Staff, Ice Gauntlet, doesn't matter. This is just what I run pretty much all the time, except if you're running spikes. You could try to squeeze spikes into this. I just don't know which ability you would take out for spikes. You kind of just want as much uptime on Ultimate Chill on your target because we do put a tier 5 Aquamarine in our Hatchet, basically just for this, which I'll go over later. But this is just all really nice to have. Entombed is really nice to have because I'm in light gear, so if I get caught in a grav well or something, you can feral charge out of grav wells, which is nice. But Entombed is just really nice to have to counter that. Ice Shower is basically like your bread and butter of this build, so you're going to want to keep this. Ice Storm is nice just for Ultimate Chill on multiple targets. Obviously, you're not going to be doing a lot of damage because you're not spec'd int to int in this build. But just getting ultimate chill on a lot of targets is really good because we do have the tier 5 Aquamarine in the Hatchet. Yeah, that's pretty much the Icon build though. There's not a lot to it. I'm sure that a lot of you guys have watched my previous videos, so you know that this is kind of the build that I run with Gauntlet pretty much all the time. Now with attributes, I like to go 200 strength, 150 dex, 100 con. I do have pretty bad gear for this build, unfortunately. I'm going to look at getting better gear because this build actually does work way better than I thought it was going to. But 150 dex is really nice just for the dodge. Cost 10 less stamina. So the mobility is just insane. 100 con, so you just don't get one shot. All right. You could try to hit 150 con if you want. I just don't know where you would get the points from because this 200 strength is insane. Plus 10% damage on slowed, rooted, or stunned targets. So slow targets, right? You're getting 10% more damage to targets in your Ice Storm because they're slowed and your Ice Shower. So there's just a lot of damage increase from this, from the double rend, from berserking. It's just a lot of damage increase coming from pretty much everywhere, and ultimate chill. So it is kind of like a combo build because you're not going to be doing a lot of damage unless you have somebody caught either in your Ice Shower or your Ice Storm. And if you have double red on people, right? So there's just a lot of damage multiply on top of each other, but you kind of need everything to work together. If your Ice cooldowns are on cooldown and you don't have them available, the Hatchet can still do a lot of damage, and especially if you have other people that you're playing with or other players like OPR that are running Ice Gauntlet, you can just get ultimate chill from them, right? And you're applying rend for your team. Barrel Rush is really good to root people in the back. There's just a lot, and you're really hard to kill with Defy Death. So that is the build and the attributes that I like to run with the gear. I do have Sinful Glare. This is actually a really good piece that I picked up that I've just kept since I've picked it up. Refreshing Resilient, 24 dex. It's not bad at all. My chest piece is really bad. I just haven't found a piece that I could upgrade this with. I'm assuming you guys could probably get your hands on something better than this. I do have these gloves because I was testing out Refreshing Torrent with this build, but I just like Rending Throw a lot more than Refreshing Torrent. These gloves are actually really good for Hatchet if you are running Refreshing Torrent, but it's not a good piece since I'm running Rending Throw now. These pants I just picked up, 24 con, Unending Thaw. I do have Unending Thaw now in my pants, just to make sure that I still have a chance to get a heavy attack on somebody that runs out of my Ice Storm. Right, it's easy to combo when they're stunned. My glove, or my boots, I have Keen Berserk and Resilient. These are actually really cheap in the trade post. I got lucky with these. So Keen Berserk is a perk that you're going to definitely want with this build. You're basically going to want Keen Berserk. You're going to want Unending Thaw. That's pretty much it, to be honest. You could try to get Deadly Frost for Ice Shower. But all the other perks are pretty bad for the abilities that I'm running. So I have Keen Berserk. The Rending Throw one is really bad. Don't even think about getting that one. And Unending Thaw works with this, and you could go for Deadly Frost if you want with Ice Shower. Just for extra damage. It's just extra damage, right? So you may as well just grab it. Oh. Look at that. Now, with my necklace, I have the Infinity Crystal, which is actually a really good piece. I think this was from a quest in Shattered Mountain. So you guys all should have this unless you salvage it by accident. Divine Fortified Health. Not bad. Beginning, this is a really low gear score ring, but I just had it in my bank. I didn't want to spend more gold until I tested this build out. So Strength, Hardy, Keen Awareness. You're definitely going to want Hardy, and you're definitely going to want Keen Awareness on your ring for this. The third perk would probably be like Refreshing Evasion, because you're just dodging a lot. With the earring, I have Refreshing Toast and Nimble. Nimble is also flipping insane for this build. 9.5% stamina regen. It's just crazy. You're getting stamina back so fast, and you have Hardy, and you have 150 dex, and you have all those passives in your Hatchet that it just makes it impossible for somebody to catch up to you and keep up with you. Even in light with 100 con, it's really hard to kill you. Now my weapons, both my weapons are not that great. Well, the Ice Clad doesn't really matter. You just want the right stats on it. With the Hatchet, you're definitely going to want the tier 5 Ice Gem in it. Tier 5 Aquamarine, 100% in the Hatchet. Now, for the perks that you would want, Enchanted is okay because it's just increased damage to your light and heavy attacks by close to 10%, which is really good. But for the combo, which you'll see in the video, you would want probably Keen and Vicious. Keen just for 11% more crit chance if you aren't hitting them from the back. If you are hitting them from the back, which you usually have a pretty good chance of doing when they're in your Ice Shower, Vicious will just give you basically 11% more damage, right? And if you can get your hands on Rogue, Rogue is even crazier. What is it? Plus 19%, I think, percent backstab damage. So if you have Rogue on this and you get someone in your Ice Shower and you can get the Feral Charge in their back, it's just insane damage. Now with the Ice Gauntlet, I just have Con Strength. I picked this up for like 500 gold because it has Strength on it. So you guys can probably find an Ice Gauntlet for really cheap with either Con or Strength or Con and Strength. It doesn't matter which. I just throw a Malachite in there for increased damage. You're not going to be doing a lot of damage with the Ice Gauntlet, but it actually does okay damage even when you have 0 int. And I just throw Mortal Energy in there. Kino's okay, I guess. It's not going to really be doing a lot for you. But Mortal Energy is nice when you kill something, you gain stamina. So there's even more stamina regen, right? If somebody's running away with really low health, you can just try to tap them with a couple autos. If they die, you get some stamina back. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. 200 strength, 150 con, or 100 con, 150 dex. There's the Hatchet build for you again. And the Iceland build for you again. But yeah, this build is a lot of fun, guys. You'll see in the video, in the OPR and the dueling. It actually is way better than I thought it was going to be. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So I'm going to look at getting some better pieces and probably making another video on this for you guys if it keeps going well. So enjoy the rest of the video, guys.